Good evening, and thanks for making us a part of your Tuesday. I'm Sophie Erber.
And I'm Tim Seaman. Suddenly, Siouxland corn producers are upbeat about the future of the ethanol industry. The change follows a move by the EPA rejecting ethanol waivers for those small refineries.
That's right. And KCAU 9's Jessica Watson tonight explaining the impact these rejected waivers will have on Siouxland farmers in our top story at 6.
Siouxland farmers say they are just weeks away from harvest. Many are excited that not only are grain prices getting better, but the demand for corn is up too.
Yeah, that was really good news.
Over the past year, Siouxland Energy Cooperative was forced to shut down twice. Once when small refinery waivers were passed in 2019, and most recently when the demand for gas dropped because of COVID-19.
There's a lot of demand destruction from prior small refinery exemptions, and this basically sets precedents that the small refinery exemptions, there's very, very few oil refineries that will qualify going forward.
Kelly Newenhouse is the president for Siouxland Energy. He has been lobbying for the biofuel industry.
In Iowa, 40% of the corn we produce goes through an ethanol facility, and that's huge. That's a huge demand part, not only for farmers, but rural jobs. You know, we got very good employees at ethanol plants. They're very good paying jobs.
The numbers have amounted to almost a billion bushels of corn every year. And that's, if we'd had that demand for corn, our corn price would be probably $1 a bushel higher. And that would make it profitable for farmers to raise corn rather than negative the way it is now.
Daryl Hack is a Siouxland farmer and a member of the Iowa Renewable Fuels Association. He says things are looking up.
Right after COVID started, we were down about 40% on the use of ethanol. Now we're down to 8% less than last year, I believe. So it's come back up quite a bit.
Some Siouxland farmers I spoke to today also expressed excitement over a weekend tweet by President Trump. It talked about changes in EPA rules, making it possible for states to choose a 5% blend of ethanol over the current 10% blend. This, too, would grow the demand of ethanol and corn. Jessica Watson, KCAU 9 News.
Meanwhile, it's estimated that Iowa corn farmers have lost an estimated 500,000 acres of corn crop due to the August windstorm. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the loss is valued at more than $340 million. There is a silver lining, though. Corn prices have gone up during that shortage, so farmers may be able to cash in on grain that can be harvested. Soybeans, meanwhile, were mostly unaffected by the hurricane-force winds. Additionally, low-income Iowans in 10 counties affected by the derecho are now eligible to apply for assistance from federal programs.
When voting for a U.S. Senate candidate, Iowa voters age 50 and older say jobs and the economy are the most important issue. That, according to a new AARP poll out this afternoon. 84% of those contacted list those top issues, followed by 81% who cited Social Security as a top concern. 55% say they or someone in their household know someone who has contracted coronavirus. Additionally, the polling shows incumbent Republican U.S. Senator Joni Ernst leading her opponent, Teresa Greenfield, 50 to 46%. Again, that's among voters age 50 plus. In the presidential race, the poll shows President Donald Trump up by 2 points over former Vice President Joe Biden, 48 to 46%. So very close. Another beautiful day across Siouxland today, but that could change temperature-wise on the way.
That's right. Could be taking a bit of a dip from what we hear. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson. He's standing by.
Tim and Sophie, tomorrow is going to be very similar to today with high temperatures back around 80. But as we get into Thursday and Friday, that's when we'll start to see those temperatures slip further. Some more autumn-like weather, but it felt like summer outside today with highs between 80 and 85 for most. 82 in Orange City today, 84 in Wayne, 81 the official high temperature in Sioux City, and 82 degrees for Denison. Should be another nice night out there to throw open the windows with those lows taking a dip into the mid and upper 50s. 55 Lamar's, 56 in Norfolk and Sioux City. Again, some cooler weather later this week and also some small rain chances. We'll go into further detail on what you can anticipate with a complete 9-on-9 forecast. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Now, 2 people are in the hospital tonight after 2 semi-trucks were in a traffic accident. According to the Plymouth County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened just before 1 in the afternoon at 190th Street, west of Lamar's. It took rescue crews nearly an hour to extricate the driver from one of those semis. The drivers of both semis were taken to hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. The accident tonight remains under investigation.
2.5 weeks after Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds closed bars and nightclubs in 4 Iowa counties, they're being allowed to reopen again on Wednesday. The governor signing a new proclamation that removes restrictions on establishments in Blackhawk, Dallas, Lynn, and Polk counties. However, Johnson and Story counties, home of the University of Iowa and Iowa State, must remain closed and follow orders issued last month. Those are set to expire coming up September the 20th.
Siouxlanders have an opportunity to help treat COVID-19 patients tonight. LifeServe Blood Center and Iowa State University teaming up, testing every unit of donated blood for COVID-19 antibodies. If patients consent, those samples will then be confirmed for positive antibodies and used for COVID-19 therapy for those who become infected with the virus.
If there's any way that we can help out the health of the community or the researchers who are looking at this virus, we would be happy to do it. And it just makes sense for us to be kind of the middleman in this situation because we're already drawing blood.
DeRoyne says only patients who are now healthy and symptom-free can donate at LifeServe Blood Center.
Over the last 24 hours, COVID-19 related hospitalizations in South Dakota jumped to an all-time high, a single-day hike of 21%. That said, hospital cases remain low according to the statistics from the South Dakota Health Department. The 133 people hospitalized account for 6% of total bed capacity and 8% of ICU beds. Active infection cases in South Dakota also offering a sign of hope tonight. Now at their lowest number since August 28th, just less than 2,400 cases. And now for a look at today's COVID-19 numbers from here in Siouxland. Woodbury County health officials posted 43 new cases, and there are still 28 patients currently hospitalized with virus-related symptoms.
Across the river, health officials in Dakota County confirming just 1 new case today. In the past 14 days, Dakota County has recorded 75 total cases. And in South Dakota, Yankton and Union counties both reporting 58 active cases today. Clay County reports 71 active cases. Sioux Falls police tonight reporting another gift card scam after a woman lost $2,600. According to police, a 35-year-old woman received a call Friday morning from someone she says with a Russian accent. The victim was told she had warrants out for her arrest and she needed to buy gift cards. The woman made 2 trips to Target and bought gift cards totaling $2,600 and gave the numbers to a scammer. Police say the victim was then told to go to Best Buy and get $2,000 worth of credit cards, but did not give that number to them after realizing it was a scam. Police say that they'll never ask for gift cards and warn people to be cautious when receiving such phone calls.
Well, sending and receiving packages is pretty much routine for most folks, but one family's experience was anything but.
That's right. How a mail mix-up has now led to a package puzzle coming up.
And the warmer weather is going to carry on for a little while longer here with high temperatures in the 70s and 80s. We're also looking at some slight rain chances. More in the 9 on 9 forecast. That's up next.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
And some more sunshine in line for Saturday and Sunday, so hopefully you can put together some outdoor plans. It does look like we'll cool things off a little further next week. Tim and Sophie?
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Well, in the Gulf of Mexico, much more turbulent weather again. As he mentioned, Hurricane Sally taking its time brewing offshore.
A Category 1 storm was forecast to hit sometime this morning, but as of tonight, Sally, as Scott just told us, still offshore. Water levels already rising, though, in Florida, submerging some docks there as well as piers and washing up roads. The slow-moving storm really threatening parts of Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi now.
Low-lying areas bracing for up to 30 inches of rain and 11 feet of possible storm surge. Again, the most important thing right now is to stay inside for those residents because of the flooding.
I am concerned. They have a lot of low-lying areas out here, and with that being said, the floods come through and it will flood your whole house, you know. So you got to be careful with it. Listen to the news, whatever they're telling you, they're not going to lie to you, you know. Just be safe, and if they say it floods, I will get out of here.
However, in Louisiana, the city of New Orleans no longer under a hurricane warning, but the city likely to still see some major flooding events. Well, thousands of parcels go through the mail every day, and most go through without any trouble.
Most. But a lost parcel has now taken a family on a journey to find the owners of some mystery mail. We'll explain what that's all about next.
This is KCAU 9 News.
Well, millions of packages are shipped every day, so one Colorado man didn't think really much of it after sending green chilies, that's right, green chilies to his brother 3 states away.
But as Sean Toole explains, it has led to mystery by mail.
Earlier this summer, Pete Daniluk wanted to send his brother a package for his birthday.
Insulated box with 2 1-gallon frozen Ziploc bags of chili.
He went to the UPS store near Belmar in Lakewood.
I said, now don't lose my chili. Don't let anything happen to my chili. Oh, we won't.
And shipped it to Oklahoma, or so he thought.
I got a phone call from my brother, and he said, well, so what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to make chili out of these roller skates?
The package that arrived wasn't the one Daniluk sent. Instead, it contained a book, roller skates, and about 30 cards and letters.
When I first opened it up, because I was expecting green chili from him, and I thought, oh, he was yanking our chain.
Daniluk's sister-in-law realized that wasn't the case, and she didn't want to throw these heirlooms away.
That's somebody's stuff, and it looks to me like a collection that somebody maybe sent when maybe a family member died or something.
The UPS tag says it's from Lakewood, so they want to help find who the items belong to.
We were hoping to hear from somebody because, can't leave it in my entryway forever.
Daniluk says UPS will give him $100 to cover the insurance on the chili, but nobody knows where it went.
I'm hoping that whoever got the green chili at least enjoyed it and didn't just freak out and throw it away.
Again, that's Sean Toole reporting.
It's an odd thing to get. I can't imagine getting 2 containers of green chilies.
I know.
By accident.
Roller skates are odd too, though, I guess you'd probably say there.
You're right.
Well, from medical professionals to checkout clerks at grocery stores, frontline workers certainly are getting plenty of praise this year, as they should.
Right, well due, but one company is thanking an often forgotten group of heroes this week. It's Truck Driver Appreciation Week. One group gathering outside Elk Point as a thank you to the truck drivers that kept store shelves stocked during this pandemic.
And if you'd like to find out how the group is showing off their support for those truckers, you can find it on our website right now at SiouxlandProud.com. You can also find it on the KCAU 9 News app. Well, rumors are swirling of a Big Ten football season coming sooner than expected.
That's right, they are, and Jake explains what's got people so excited now coming up in sports.